Hello and welcome to Marketing and Margaritas. Today's episode is a shorty soundbite episode where we talk about a FAQ, little tidbits and thinky pieces that have come up during the week. This week we are talking about some cost-effective marketing tactics for small business. So first off the bat is find where your audience is online. Be there, be awesome.
Yes. So if you're trying to do things cost effectively, then obviously our bread and butter is the online space sort of thing. So it's a matter of showing up there and being as awesome as you can be wherever they happen to be.
Digital platforms like social media are free to use. Mm-hmm. You know, obviously
they take time.
Yeah, if you want to do ads, absolutely go for it. It's a very cost-effective way to do it as well. But your baseline activities are free.
Yeah, 100%. So yes, when we look at socials, is what social platforms are they on?
Yeah.
So is there a whole bunch that they're on? Are there a whole bunch that they're on? Or is there just like one or two that they mainly are hanging out on? You don't need to be on every social media platform. Be where your audience is. That's going to be the best use of your time and your future money when you do have money to spend on it.
Yeah, don't spread the jam too thin and try and be everywhere. Actually concentrate it and do a good job.
Yes, like we said, you can't just be there. It is being awesome. That's the second part. Also looking at what search terms they use. So yes, keyword research is a technical skill and I'm not going to go into it, but you would still potentially have an idea that if someone was going to search for your business, not as in like Rebel Nation, like not your business, but as in like marketing agency, website design. Like for example, I say website development, but a lot of business owners say website design. So the search term they're actually looking for is website design, not website development.
Website build, maybe. Yeah, you just think of the different terms that might be commonly used.
And make sure that you're using those on your website. So, if you've got them already, like using them in headings and starting paragraphs, using them naturally, not keyword stuffing them, but using them on your website, the pages that you have.
Yeah.
But then also writing blogs about them.
Yeah.
So it's not that you need to, so using us as an example, I wouldn't write 5 different blogs about website design. I would write one really good blog and then I would go in and update it whenever I have something new to add so that it refreshes that. So not only is that making better use of my time, but it's actually more SEO friendly because Google is not trying to decide between the 5 blogs that you have plus all of the other content in the fucking world.
Which is the best one? Which should I choose?
It's got your one primo one to go up against the other ones. So it's just a more efficient but also just more effective use of your time.
Love it.
And then lastly is looking for how people verify recommendations, how your audience does.
Okay.
So quite often we don't, like if you were looking for a new car, and that was a bad example. If you were looking for I'm trying to think of something.
A carpet installer?
Yeah, sure. I was trying to think of something that you would ask me for, but I'm like, fuck, I don't know. This is so the other way around.
Yeah, I was going to say, I'm not sure there's many things I would.
Slug Helen. Throwback.
3 years ago.
Okay, so carpet installer, I wouldn't just go, I wouldn't even go to a phone book because I don't have a phone book, but, if you were to Google and look for, carpet installers, you wouldn't just ring the first person.
Yeah.
But also if you were to put a call out to your friends and be like, who would you recommend?
Yeah.
If you were to say to me, blah, blah. No, you asked me for a recommendation. I would say to you, Josh's carpet installers are the best place to go.
Yeah.
Then some people will just call up, but some people will still just be like, okay, cool, I'll have a look at them.
Yes.
And so then you'll go and where are they verifying you? So is it that your audience is more likely to do a Google once they hear about you?
Okay.
Are they more likely to go and jump on Facebook and have a look for you? Are they going to read your Google reviews? Are they going to go to your website and have a look and see if you have done work like they're looking for previously? So they want some examples. Are they going to see whether you've got proper licenses and qualifications? Where are they going to go? And what information are they going to look for when they're there?
Yeah.
Have that information available
and
for when they do that.
And updated currents.
100%. So if Facebook reviews or Google reviews are something that you hear from people, they're like, oh yeah, I saw you had some really good reviews, so that's why I contacted you.
Yeah.
Then have a look and see, oh, okay, those reviews are from a couple of years ago. We really need to get some freshies on here. Go and ask some of your, happiest clients to write an honest review for you on your Google page.
If you have a testimonials page on your website or in your footer, make sure that's up to date with those.
Yeah, you might have break work out quotes. It might be even in like, you know, for example, it might be that people will want your capability statement or your brochure, and that's how they check you out. You know, do you have proof of capability and credibility in there? Do you have testimonials? Do you have case studies? Do you have, you know, project like images and stuff like that? Because photos can go a long way. I know when I was looking at someone to help out with like planting the garden and stuff like that, it was like landscaping, I guess, pretty much. But like I was going to websites for Mackay landscapers trying to find examples of work that people had done and not coming up with very much. And it made me feel very uncertain about contacting someone, because I was like, well, I just don't want to, you know, waste my time. I don't want to waste your time. It could be really expensive and then be shit. Like, it's just, there was so many unknowns, and I kind of just never did anything about it, which I still have not done anything about it.
And if it's in an area where your audience is trusting the supplier and the service provider for that product and to deliver what you're thinking, like for you, for example, you didn't exactly have a full clear picture of what you're expecting outside because you didn't know what budget, the parameters of different plants and gardens and materials and stuff like that. So you were like really looking for examples of local stuff. So if you don't have that, then suppliers have missed the boat on that.
Basically. And like, I know, for example, like one of the common things I get asked about is when people are first starting their business, they nearly always ask me who I use as an accountant.
Yeah.
And so like I tell them who our accountant is, but then it's like, you know, I don't think that they're just going to call them and book an appointment. They're going to go have a look and see like
what's best for them.
Does their website actually do what I'm specifically looking for? Like they might do what Jade wants, but are they going to do what I need?
Yeah.
And, you know, going onto their socials, maybe they want to see, are these people, can I understand what they're talking about? Like, and, you know, Facebook posts are a great way to actually see how that business communicates, sort of thing. So you can kind of go, oh, I don't actually understand half of what the fuck they're talking about on their Facebook page. I'm not contacting them. They're too smart for me.
Yeah, too smart, too stiff, or too relaxed, not my style.
Yeah, exactly. Like, oh, they've, you know, it's, exactly, could be too casual as well. Like, oh, that's like really personal stuff. I don't really want to have that kind of accountant, sort of thing. So, yeah, it's just thinking about what your audience wants to see and where they want to see it, and then putting it there.
Yeah, because ultimately, especially that supply service kind of product, is we don't technically just walk into a store and buy something like that.
They can't pick us up and shake us and have a look and go, do I want Jade in this color or this color?
I like this designer. This is a good designer.
This is a durable designer. Yeah,
it'll make a nice brochure.
Yeah, they can't do that when we're the product. It's like in the service industry, they can't. So they really need to get that information in other ways.
Awesome. All right, so moving on to the next one is where to find where your audience is offline and do the same thing.
Yeah, basically. So first of all, I always recommend go online and be awesome. Secondly, also be awesome offline, because even if you work primarily online, there is still a lot of opportunity in a local area. And this mainly comes through events.
Yeah.
So are there, you know, conferences that your audience go to? Are there networking events that they go to? Like what, like their PD events? Are they with the chamber? Do they go to like any industry body stuff sort of thing? Like, you know, what events are they going to? And then you go there as well. Yes, there is going to be the price of a ticket, but you think of, you know, it might be, oh God, I don't know what networking costs, like $20 to go to an event.
Yeah, 20 to 50.
Yeah, to go to an event. That's a lot cheaper than spending, you know, $6,000 on a billboard or something like that.
Usually you get a bevy and something to eat too, so like winning.
Yeah, 100%. And I think in those kind of things as well, like, you know, it's not about seeing as many people as possible. It is really about, you might only meet and have a really good conversation with one person, but if you're memorable and you've made a connection, the next time you see them, you can build on that and so forth, and then do others. And like, obviously we have a whole episode, well, not a whole episode, we've got a soundbite about networking.
Yeah, where we argue about it.
Yeah, where we argue about it. Go listen to that one. But yes, I do think that, you know, as much as we are about the online space, don't forget about that offline space as well, because I know some of the connections that I've made back when I was a uni student are connections that I still have today. You know, I've got people who are clients now who've known me since I was like 20 years old, and I can pretty much fucking tell them anything and they trust me, which that's their fault. But, you know, like those kind of connection stuff, if you build a good reputation with people and you keep delivering, then it will continue to pay off for both of you for a long time to come.
So it might be slightly off the thought of what you're thinking, but another one that I think of in relation to cost effective, doesn't cost you anything, but that being good offline, is just your phone mannerisms and how you answer and talk to people on the phone. So we don't have a lot of walk-ins or a lot of people that we meet face to face every day in our business and the way we do things, but their phone rings all day, some days. So making sure that whoever is answering, or whenever you're, being online, that you're present with that, and, being that happy kind of like someone's walked into the store, hi, how are you, and actually engaging, because
it's the face of a business and it doesn't cost you anything at all.
If that's
to just be professional.
Yeah.
So I'm giggling because literally just before this, I rang a supplier of ours and they were like, hi, it's blah blah, and I'm like, hi, blah blah, is this insert organization name? And she was like, oh yes, sorry, I'm just at home and the phone's diverted and stuff. And I'm like, it's like lunchtime, why is the phone, whatever sort of thing. But it was just very unprofessional, and
if that is your only interaction you have with that person every time, if I weren't
using them, like if I was the customer calling them rather than me being the intermediary sort of thing, like I might have been a bit turned off, but I was like, you don't really have your shit together, but that's cool.
Look, as someone that doesn't love answering the phone, because half the time it's like, what did you say your name was again? Sorry, because I am a goldfish if I don't write it down in those 2 seconds. Or I swear that's every time my phone kind of cuts out or their mobile service is shitty, is when they're saying the name.
Yeah. No. I think people say their name right at the start, and to be
really
honest,
fast.
When I first pick up the phone, I'm generally still reading an email or typing something.
Be present, Macaulay.
Hey man, you do exactly the same thing.
All right, anyway, so that was your bonus tip on that one. Thank you so much for joining us. Cheers.
Thanks for listening to this episode of Marketing and Margaritas. Find more free marketing tips, tricks and laughs at rebelnation.com.au.